Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well today. Uh, just another day on the ES. I decided to do recorded videos from now on and post them after my trade rather than uh, doing streaming because yesterday, for example, I just right when I wanted to take my entry, just my computer lagged for quite a bit. Uh, So I decided to take the recordings because I don't want to risk my trade, losing my entries, etc. But it will still be very valuable the way I see the market and the way I take the entries from someone who is interested in my strategy and the way I see things in the market. Coming into today's session, we saw like the overnight hit exactly the yesterday's lows. It didn't do any fail breakdowns here, we see. Right here, the market rallied. Now I expect either to test this. We tested the VWAP. It seems that it's going to break, even though we're still the cumulative delta is on the positive. So we may see some bullish run today. We'll see how it goes. One of my entries was here, but I didn't take it because it's very close to the market opening. I may take it if we reclaim 73.95. But not at the moment. Another entry, according to my hypos, is either here, the previous DVA low, or if we would do a fail breakdown down here, one of these 2 points area, here or here. So we see price is trying to retest now the VWAP. Another very good entry would be if we hit the 73.85 and then we reclaim VWAP. Okay, basically rejected. Let's see now. We're going to the lows. We're testing the weekly VWAP. And is heading to my to my entry levels. Let's see. We can see also here that these levels are actually aligned with the monthly VWAP and the quarterly DVA high. This is where we got rejected. So any possible reclaim of the quarterly DVA high is actionable, even though it's not the best entry, but it's still a good entry. The best setups would be to test. Let's see. Yeah, the best setups would be right here actually, right here, or even lower if we manage to go that far low here, possibly, or here, and reclaim of the CVA low. Now it's dangerous for someone to go long because we're still in the downtrend, so we just need some patience to see what the markets really want to do. we saw some sellers trapped at the monthly VWAP. We try now to reclaim the VWAP, the intraday VWAP. Another rejection possibly there. Now possibly we're gonna break the monthly VWAP. We took now some of the overnight lows, like this one here. We took all these lows from the internal liquidity. Now the market is reacting to the monthly VWAP and is stuck between the monthly VWAP and the intraday VWAP. So we need to see which direction it wants to follow. I think it's gonna go down. It's gonna continue. But let's see. Let's don't run ahead of the market. Now the rejection from the quarterly be very high. You see absorption of from the sellers. Mm. Now the RTH VWAP is being tested, rejected. Let's see. There's a battle there. If the VWAP now holds, is actionable. Still positive delta, but the buyers are having a hard time. quite choppy now. If we break the 73.95, which is the DVA high, I'm going in. The VWAP is holding, so I think I'm gonna go long now. Yeah, I was late by 1 or 2 minutes. Oh, sorry, by 1 second. I was meant to go a bit lower. Let's see. I'm gonna take half my position to the overnight high. I see a very good cumulative delta, so I'm just gonna keep. I'm just gonna keep. So we can see here where I entered a bit late. I want to enter a bit here, so I missed 5 points about, but that's all right. We hit the POC now from the 18th of March. Now we can see where we hit the poke, and the market is trying to test again the weekly pivot DVA low now. It's trying to test the DVA high again, get confirmation. Let's see. My take profit is about here, just about 5 points above. If we test the VWAP, if we test the VWAP and holds again, I'm gonna add it to my position. That was a very late entry because I was thinking of going long, and just 1 second before I enter, because I could see the breakout coming from the range, I hesitated for a bit, so I entered in a not a very good position. Very nice volatility though. My stop loss is below below the VWAP. We see some nice. We see quarterly DVA holding the DVA high. This one holds for now. Let's see if it can break the DVA high again. I've lowered a bit my stop loss below the monthly VWAP below here, because we may see price come here retesting the VWAP and going up, so I didn't want to be taken out for a few ticks. Price holds. Let's see, we claims the VWAP. I'm adding a small size, one small size to my position. Let's see if we can manage to break the DVA high. I think we can. So far, the market is bullish, or is trying at least to go. So this is how my screen looks now. This is my original position. This is the addition of a small addition. And this is where I have 75% to be taken out of this previous high, which is at the plus 1.5. And a small percentage just in case we tap into the previous high, swing high, which is just a bit above the poke. However, we see a lot of selling pressure. But we see the sellers are getting absorbed. Let's see now. You can see here how clearly all the levels are respected, the technical levels. I found myself greedy here and I tried to hold it. I should have taken my positions, my 70% at least, to this position. I hope we're gonna test it again. Because usually that should be my process. It should be my process, like after my entry, to hold it for two technical levels and either close it or take most of my, most of my position off. We see a lot of absorption of the sellers. If the absorption keeps happening, we may see really aggressive buying because all the sellers they're gonna go too long, and this is what we see now. right at this point is the previous DVA high from yesterday. That's why we see this level is hard to break. Sellers are trying to sell, but they can't at the moment because they see the cumulative delta. They try to press it down, but the buyers are holding. We also saw the strength of the buyers right here where we saw the big absorption. So there's quite a few buyers in this level. It is the RTHB WAP and the quarterly DVA high. So that's why I'm holding my position. I believe we can still test it one more time. This level here, the weekly VPOC and the POC. So we see the sellers are trying aggressively. Market is trying now to take some of this liquidity, someone who entered here, some internal liquidity here, who entered a bit late. Now we need to see the buyer stepping in at the monthly VWAP. Well, we just almost hit the previous VWAP yesterday. Yeah, I'm gonna add one more contract here right after rejection of the weekly VWAP. What I'm doing now is actually I'm building a long position, anticipating a bigger move to the upside because I saw the previous VWAP from the yesterday's holding twice. So I'm anticipating a bigger move. And I'm wanting to see if the developing VWAP is holding. It's gonna break, which is the ETH VWAP we see on the screen. Okay, buyers are stepping in now as the cumulative delta is building. So the momentum is changing. Let's see, that was a failed attempt from the buyers to break the VWAP. Now market tries testing is testing again the previous VWAP from yesterday. It has held quite nicely so far. The cumulative delta is not dropping, only the price drops, which is lack of participation, just passive orders now. Okay, we see big buyers are stepping in. We see their position here. I think market is gonna want to take this liquidity, hit the DV low, and then push again higher. Let's see. Okay, it took the liquidity. Sellers are trying not to hold their position. We're hitting the DV low. Let's see how far down it can go. We're just still playing the range. Now market is taking the internal liquidity, big spike there. Let's see after the spike, big rejection there. Nice volatility. Really nice volatility there. Let's see. Oh, really buyers are regaining control. Going to my TP, just a bit more. And I got stopped out. Amazing trade. We see now, we just witnessed buyers how strong they can be. They came to take again the volatility from the VWAP, and now we're just ripping through monthly VPOC. We just saw now like a 30-point move in a few seconds. That's the power of buyers. We see what happened here. I closed my position here, even though I saw very good volatility, just to be on the safe side. But it does make a bit of a difference, just 10 points more. But I added a lot to my position. Mm, this was a really nice trade. I managed to take about 9%. I didn't want to overdo because if it wasn't going very well, which I really doubt, that would be devastating. But I still added quite substantially. So yeah, I closed up about 9% today, which is really decent. The market may continue higher because we see rejection from the big high. So basically like what we saw today. That's why I always say liquidity drives the market. So what we witnessed today and almost every day is, I'm gonna draw it for you. Just give me a sec. So what I said, just gonna put it here. So what we witnessed today, uh, so as we on our way up from last night, we built a lot of liquidity levels here, 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 the rejection of the quarterly, here also, and as we go down there, there's more liquidity. So what market wanted to do, it just wanted to take the liquidity from the high time frames. So what we did here is first, before the opening, it took, we see the little blip. So it actually took the liquidity below the quarterly DVA high. It pushed to the CVA high here. Then we saw with the opening, price came all the way down just before the opening actually, and it took the liquidity just below the monthly VWAP. The orange is the monthly. Okay, then we saw price ripping after taking this liquidity, and it stopped right at the POC and the weekly VPOC, which is the orange here. Okay, price couldn't break above because really buyers want to break this. They really want to break this situation, this accumulation we've been like in the last few days. So what really market want to do? It just wanted to break. So these guys who put long here, possibly they had their stops just below. So what market did? It just came gradually. It took all the stops, the liquidity. You see the difference. So this one was here basically. So it took all this liquidity and just ripped. And this is a really nice trade to take. Really nice trade. I could possibly leave a runner, but I'm not fan of the runners at the moment. Uh, because I attach the runners and I have, it's personal. And that's not, I don't say that not leaving runners is a bad thing. Uh, it's a good thing to leave runners, but personally, if I leave runners, I'm still on the phone and I'm going watch and oh, how are my runners doing, and you know. And at the moment, I'm in an evaluation stage, and lately, so my um, so basically like my account is limited. So in the future, if I have, you know, my if I build again my personal account and you know I can afford to leave, you know, runners, yeah, that's something I definitely do. Especially like these really good places. They're okay. The monthly VWAP is really good places to leave runners and take positions. Uh, yeah, that's really the nice trades I really like. I like taking is we make previous highs, so we have our targets there. Then we take the liquidity, the grab, and then we add up. Take our positions here, and then we have the previous highs as targets. Anyway, that was my 5 cents of knowledge. You can say that. Now it's very likely, it's very likely that we will see price possibly, if not breaking today, or then we're gonna break tomorrow. But nevertheless, I think possibly today, if it's not breaking today, we're gonna build uh, some volume up here, getting ready possibly for tomorrow to break or the next days. We already saw that the market is moving higher today. Usually it used to be like down here, like in the range. Uh, so if we see here, let me see. Yeah, we already saw that the market, we left this area. We didn't trade today in this area at all. We just back tested it. You see, we back tested the breakout of this area of the 73, 77, which was a key point yesterday. The reclaim of which just gave uh, the breakout here, and yesterday also this area here, this 73, 77, gave again big moves. So we just retested we just back tested the breakout point, and which was also liquidity graph for this. So that's why we had this big move. So it was a very good area to take longs from here. Now, if so we skip this area today, so it's a very bullish point. Yeah, so it's quite bullish theory. And now, today, I think we're gonna try to build some volume up here in this area, which was the DVA from the 2 days ago. We see that's what the market is trying to do, push lower the liquidity, and now I think it's gonna try to make some volume here for the breakout. Anyway, that was my trading day. I risked a bit more, but when you see the market is hot, you need to add. That's my theory anyway. Uh, yeah. Hope you have an amazing session, an amazing day, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Ciao.